Ready to pick that.
I'd like to welcome everybody to HBCU Coaches Corner. I'm your co-host, Rocky Miller, along with the Bishop, the Reverend, the Rattler, Steve Campbell. And our featured host is up next. None other than the swag legend himself. One dreary night in Mississippi, against the odds, he was playing Jerry Rice and Willie Totten. He, in an attempt to come out with a victory, he threw 6 touchdowns. None other than my man, Coach Johnnie Cole.
Wait. Hey, he just left. He just left a shell of Johnnie Cole. He just left down the hallway. He left this cat in here to answer questions for us.
Hey, Coach, what them colors you got on today, Coach? Them
Hey,
colors
look. You know, I'm talking to this prayer of you guys, so I had to put me some maroon on. My blood bleed maroon and gray. I can't let that go. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
It is. Hey, as they say, Coach, it is what it is.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
If you're TSU at heart, hey, I completely understand.
Yeah.
Coach, but we got a very special guest today, and he's plenty busy and he's on the clock. So with no further ado, I'm gonna step aside and let you do what you do, Coach.
What made me this guy I'm bringing on, man, is my guy. He hung around me like white on rice. I had the pleasure, man, of just being a part of his success and his growing as a football coach and as a man. And I want to thank him, before, just to take some of my leadership and was able to nurture him when he was just starting off in the business. And I knew he was going to be a great one. It's just getting started for him. I look forward to a heck of a year this year. He's coming out to box because he's had so much success. It ain't gonna be no secret. He knows that he has a target on his back. He talks like Muhammad Ali. And I always told him, man, I like cocky players. Without no further ado, the new head football coach, national championship game winner of the with the Valdosta College, my guy, Mr. Tremaine Jackson.
Hey, Coach didn't give me no intros when I used to drive him around, though. Now he didn't give me no intros when I was the guy taking them back and forth to Alabama. Now, I'm glad to be here, fellas. Hope everybody's all right.
Yeah. We good, Coach. We good. Glad to have you.
Man, we just glad to have you for this little short time. I want to thank you and LaTanya Thurston and the athletic director for, reaching back out to us after we kind of waiting on some folks, but and I know your time is precious. Hey man, you here. You made that big decision to come back to Prairie View, when you were getting a lot of no's, and some people that you really respect probably told you, man, look, you off to something else. But I know you, Jack. You're a guy from Acre Home, and you like home. You like looking at people like yourself, man. And sometimes money ain't everything. Being in the right place is the right thing. So how do you feel, man? You're 3 weeks away from opening up the biggest game in Black college football.
Yeah, Coach, man. I appreciate you saying that. It's nothing like being at the right place at the right time. And even more so, it's nothing like being at the right place at the right time with the right people.
Right.
And, man, I'm really ecstatic about the people in our organization versus the coaching staff that we were able to hire, but the administration that hired me. And so I think, you got a chance to see a little bit of that alignment when you were out here. And that's not common as people think. And so to have the alignment with the administration all the way down through our players, support staff, It's been a fun time. It seems like we've been here for a really long time, but we've been here for 8 months. And like you said, we're 20 days away from being able to come off this hill, man. And we're really excited about it.
Yeah, keep on talking about the personal side. What touched me, Coach, when I was up in your office, I remember a little baby you used to have and carry. And man, I know that just got to be super, super duper special that you got your daughter with you. You can see her every day now because, of course, you know, being in this coaching business, when you start off, man, you just suitcase to suitcase, man. Now you at home. I can see, you know, your family, and most of all, man, that precious little daughter of yours walk through. Well, she's a woman now.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because she's transferred to Prairie View. She moves in on Sunday. She's going to work for us in football. She's got an interest in the operational side of football. And so being able to put your kid in a situation in what we know as the family business is a good deal. And she chose all that stuff on her own. We didn't force her. We didn't do any of that. But no doubt, it's been 4 years since I lived in the house with my daughter. And so when she told me she wanted to transfer here, I had one stipulation, Coach. You can't live with me. You can come, but you can't live with me. And so, no, she's going to move in on Sunday, man. And I'm looking forward to seeing her every day in a work environment. And like I told her, man, I'm Coach Jack. I ain't your daddy. When we in this football deal. You wait till after football hours, and then I'll be your dad. But you got to live up to the standard, especially because you're my daughter. But that's just the way we roll. So excited about her getting her career started.
She's a little more advanced than you. At least she came to work looking decent instead of coming with a big butterfly shirt, open up with cheese down, with this little hair down there talking about, I want a job.
Hey, listen. It's funny, Coach, because now you can't interview with me if you don't come in a suit. If you don't come with a full suit and a tie, and I tell people all the time how I walked in when you got that job at TSU and just, man, looking for an opportunity. I wasn't even thinking about none of that. I was just trying to get in. And so you don't know how much that's helped me over time, just in the way that we went about interviews and things of that nature, always wearing a tie, always making sure we look like the job we want to have. If you hadn't done that to me and made fun of me, I probably would have never known that. But it's been good. And then what people don't know, and I'll tell folks, Coach bought me some suits. It wasn't just, hey, man, go get a suit. The dude bought me some suits. And we try to pass that down to guys now just because I know what it did for me.
Yeah. Well, man, I'm going to turn it over to these guys. I know we got a lot of questions, and these Prairie View folks on there, man, they want to listen to you, and they want to listen to what we got. Because last year, Coach, let me tell you something, they were so wrong. They talking about 11-0, and the bishop, he'll tell you, and man, they were having parties, pre-parties, and man, they stunk out the gate, Coach. They stunk out the gate. So I'll turn it over to Bishop or Rocky.
Hey, well, Coach. Coach, I'll tell you this here. Last year, I want to let you know, Coach, I picked Prairie View to win the West. Coach, I went out on a limb, Coach. I believed in what was going on in Prairie View, Coach. I went on the limb. And they got my man head chopped off, Coach. So I'm kind of gunshot right now. So, but everything in my soul, Coach. We gonna wait on our predictions this year. Last year we did them. As soon as we opened up our season of covering the swag, we did our predictions. But we want to listen to the coaches a little bit, go over some rosters and see what you got to say before we make our predictions, Coach. But tell me today, Coach, why is Prairie View? Why should I pick Prairie View to win the swag, win the West this year?
Yeah, man, 40 miles outside of Houston on a hill sits a place that's ready to explode. Everybody that rides down 290 always looks over to the right when you're going to Austin and left when you're coming back and says, man, when that place gets it together, they're going to be special. Well, I would deem that we're getting it together and that we almost got it together. And so we're really excited about what it is that we got going on from just a top to bottom standpoint. But when you talk about football, I don't know. I'm from Houston, like Coach said. I don't remember excitement around the Prairie View A&M football program. And the excitement was created not by me, but by the players that chose to come here, by the administration that chose to to invest in our program on a high level by an athletic director that wants to play college football. And so it's an exciting time, but we got an opportunity like everybody else. Everybody's 0-0 right now. Man, we got an opportunity to come off this hill in the right manner and continue to come off throughout the season. And we got some things we got to work on, certainly, but we're excited. We're excited about getting our team together, our collective together, so we can go out and prove we are who we say we are.
Hey Coach, last thing, and I'll pass it to Campbell, is that you guys open up on the 30th, I believe it's the 30th with a SWAC game, Coach. You guys don't get a chance to ease into the season. And last year, I believe, what began to unravel what I thought was a hopeful season, Coach, was last year at the Labor Day Classic, Coach. I thought Coach had it together. I thought he was right on the cusp of doing something special, Coach, and it all got unraveled right there at the Labor Day Classic, Coach. What can we expect to find out about your program that night?
Yeah, I think with us, I think you get a chance to see what the work we put in the last 8 months. Most of all, we reported to camp 11 days ago, and these guys have been working extremely hard. We got a lot of new faces. That's normal now in today's game. And so you get a chance to see how we gel. You know, the biggest question people are going to have for us is how is this collective going to gel together? How is this collective going to be able to do X, Y, and Z? And they haven't been together very long. The staff is new. But I think you get a chance to see what we've done. We are new. We got 70-plus new faces since January. We got a brand new staff. But I think we know we've done this before, and we look forward to being able to put our product out there. And I think when we put the product out there, you're going to be able to see what we've been doing over in this last couple of days. And at that time, when we get to the game, it'll be the 4 weeks prior to what we did in fall camp and how we got our football team together. And so I don't know what it's going to look like, but we know it's going to look like something. And we certainly have our thoughts and our vision on what it should look like. But discipline is key. The most disciplined football team will win the first game. There is no film to watch. There is no game plan to put together off what they do, because they don't know what we do and we don't know what they do. And the people they did it with last year, a lot of them ain't there anymore. And so we really got to make sure we take care of business on our end. I told somebody, Rocky, the other day, man, the only people that can beat the Prairie View A&M Panthers is the Prairie View A&M Panthers. And I believe that. And there's no disrespect to anybody we play. It's just the way we go about our business and the way we do things. That's what we believe.
Hey, Coach, last thing, Coach, because this just popped in my mind as you were talking. What's 11 days into training camp? Has your program, as your team, started to develop an identity? And if they have, what can you say that identity is developing into?
Yeah, physical. When we left spring ball, I didn't think we were very physical. I didn't think we were a physical football team already at all. And I'm like, man, I'm out here singing, talking about going to Atlanta, and we can't win a pillow fight right now. And so I was disappointed in the non-physicality. And so we made it a point to go out and to do physical things, but to go out and get physical people. We feel like we've done that after scrimmage 1. We can see some things a lot different than what we had in the spring. But ultimately, I can't tell you what our identity is going to be until we get to December. Man, if we don't play in December, our identity was trash. Regardless of what we might think it is, our identity wasn't very good. We ain't have an identity. If we get to when we get to December and we're playing, then I can give you a preview on I can tell you what we were. But we plan to be physical. We plan to take care of the football. We plan to be a together team, a program, not just a football team. And so that's what we want to do. That's what we're striving to do. We're getting those things together right now while we're in camp. And hopefully you start to see that product when we play August 30th.
Thank you, Coach. And Mr. Campbell, it's on you.
Now, Coach, listen, you my guy.
Yep.
And let me tell you, I have to do the research. Now, let me tell you something, Coach. I'm going to frame this question, but I want you to understand how it's going to be asked. Now, I went scrolling through the all-SWAC team, and you only got one player, your running back, McDowell.
Yep.
as a running back, second team. But hold on, but I want to put a caveat to that. The all-SWAC team is only picked based off of players that played the previous season. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, now, Coach, usually in the SWAC, the most talented team, you can usually say, hey, if that team has the most all-SWAC players preseason, more likely than not, they're going to be SWAC champion. That really is held true, as I say, since the Dion era. Now, Coach, you brought in, as you say, 7+ players. Tell me, are you going to be able to gel those guys together? And tell me some of the guys that you say, hey, you know what, Mr. Campbell, PV Nation, these are guys that I brought in that are going to be leaders and that you're going to see that's going to be all SWAC and all-American and make big plays for you. Give us some of those names, Coach.
Now, Mr. Campbell, you know I ain't giving you no names.
Oh,
that was a really good. I mean, hey, Coach Cole, he set it up in the right manner too, boy. He had it rolling, and if I was a rookie, I would have started spitting out names by how you brought it in. I ain't giving up no names. I ain't releasing no roster till the ball get kicked off.
Okay, well, all right. So
you know I ain't doing that.
He don't know nobody.
This is the Coach's Corner. You know, people come in here to get the inside information. We got people making T-shirts with saying Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to help to sell some jerseys. You know, maybe a guy you gonna sell some jerseys with NIL or something. Well, Coach, I tell you this. Let's do it this way. On your offense, not saying names, as you're going through camp and starting, which one on offense and defense, as you brought in these players, which group is saying, you know what, they're looking kind of impressive. This is something that, to Rocky's point, that's going to be the bedrock of our team when you start getting your position groups together.
Yeah, you know, with every team that we produce, the offensive line got to be good. The quarterback's got to be able to manage the game. The D-line has to be good, and we have to be good at corner. Those are the 4 areas that we have to be good at in order to win games. In the 6 years of me being a head coach, if we weren't good at those 4 positions and at least could man up and play people, get after the pass or maintain our gaps and block people and manage the game at quarterback, we wasn't going to win no matter what we had. I tell people all the time, I can find a linebacker at Sam's. And they walking all over the aisles at Costco. Get linebackers there. Linebackers and running backs, they everywhere. But those 4 positions, you got to have those guys. And as I look at our team, I like where we are from the offensive and defensive line. Being a line guy myself, we have to get bigger there. We have to get stronger. I do think we've gotten some guys. We had 5 D linemen in the spring. Like, we ended the spring with not even a 2 deep. We only came into the spring with 8 D linemen. And so, man, we had to really go out and get some depth in that area. We needed to increase the depth and get better depth on the O-line. At corner, man, it just wasn't up to our standard at corner. And so we went out and got some guys, and Coach Cole knows, man, the 212 defense, we got to have some corners. I tell our guys all the time, I'm in the position that I'm in because of how we play defense over the years and the defenses that I've been a part of. I coached on offense for 1 year with Coach Cole, and I know some offense, but I'm here because of the success that we've had on defense. And so we got to be good there, and then we got a quarterback situation that we got to figure out. And I'm pleased that it is a real competition. It ain't no competition that somebody – you know, coaches say it's a competition, but deep down have their guy written down in their pocket. We don't. Man, we letting these dudes fight it out. I went to bed Friday night saying, man, I'm going to pick a quarterback after tomorrow's scrimmage. And went to the scrimmage and said, I ain't going to be able to pick no quarterback today because those guys are fighting it out on that level. And so I love the competition at those 4 spots. Now, we have some running backs. We have some safeties and linebackers that we're really looking at. But those 4 positions, that's where I look every day to see how we're progressing, and that'll give me a preview of how we're going to be.
Coach, if all the tangibles are equal, because you talk about your quarterback position, if all the tangibles are equal, meaning playmaking ability to throw the football, whatever, what kind of things on the intangible side decide who you go with as quarterback?
Got to win the team. Man, we ain't doing no Kirk Cousins over here. You know, like, man, and I say that respectfully, but Kirk Cousins at Michigan State was the quarterback, but he wasn't the captain. So that he never won the team. If the team votes for captains, he never won the team. And for me, I've always felt, even as an assistant coach, that the team has to get behind somebody. And whoever the team gets, but the team is going to tell me who the quarterback is. And if the team don't get behind the guy, he ain't the quarterback. Not for the Panthers. But I also think, looking at the history of the conference the last couple of years, if you don't have 2 or 3 quarterbacks in the stable, you're going to find yourself wildcatting the rest of the season. You're going to find yourself trying to figure it out in the season. And so we've increased the depth at quarterback. We got some guys fighting it out for the position. But ultimately, the biggest intangible thing is whoever wins the team will be the quarterback.
Now, Coach, you mentioned quarterback, and I think quarterback is pivotal on the 5 years I've been watching the SWAC. The best quarterback generally wins. Last year, I think, was the first year since I've been watching that I thought Richardson at FAMU was the best quarterback, and he came a fumble away from playing in the SWAC championship game. FAMU was a fumble away from hosting the SWAC championship game. But what ended up happening, Coach, to your point, is that Jackson State happened to have more than one adequate quarterback, and that ended up propelling them to be the ultimate national champion. Yeah. So I think you're on to some, Coach, as you break in, as you thinking about it. It sounds like you're thinking about, no doubt, having a starter, but having more than one guy, in the room.
Yeah, no, you have to. Where we come from on the lower level, you had the quarterback to the run game, like people are starting to do a lot. That kid gonna get hit, and if he get hit, he just one hit away from being down. And so I learned that over the last couple of years. We had one good quarterback where we were, and I used to go into every game going, please don't get him hit, because I knew what the drop-off would be. Not that the kid behind him was a bad kid, but the drop-off from production was that much. And so what we tried to do was make sure the guys that are competing, the drop-off isn't that much, and we don't have to change the offense if something does happen. Because then you find yourself in a whole new deal, right? And so just trying to do some preventative maintenance on our team on the front end through recruiting, through getting guys ready. Man, we had the quarterbacks live in this last scrimmage. I need to see who can get hit. Like you can't play for us and not be able to take no lick. That's part of winning the team. Some people thought we was crazy. And I told everybody I could tell. Hey, man, the quarterback Saturday is live. I was telling the people that clean our building, if you know somebody that can come hit this kid on Saturday, the quarterback is live. But we needed them to understand that you can't just sit back here and eat gummy bears and watch the butterflies knowing ain't nobody going to hit you. Somebody going to hit you. And so if somebody was going to get hurt, they was going to get hurt, and we was going to already know who the quarterback was after that. But we needed to put them through it. And then we did that with our whole program, man. And so it's that important of a position. And we look forward to them fighting it out.
Okay. Let me help my counterpart out, Bishop, to get something out of you. Because the Bishop is a stat guy. He ready to have all the stuff set.
Yeah.
Coach, you one of the few in the SWAC. You are a championship coach. You know how a championship team look. Mm-hmm. Of course, you was with me. We started from the bottom, and then now we were here.
Yeah.
Where is this Prairie View team at? In year 3, we won it at Texas Southern.
Yeah.
I know they better than the first team we had, because they were 0-44. At least some of the cats, a few of the cats you kept, at least got a taste of winning.
Yeah.
So when you sitting up on the hill and you looking down, because you do have a staff, and I want to get into that a little later, that knows you and knows the expectations. Where do you put this team at there? Is it possible we can walk through it? Is it possible the potential there? It's on you. You go.
Yeah, I don't think it's a walkthrough there. I think the league is too good, especially on our side. People don't give our side a lot of respect, right? But then they don't understand what goes into coaching either. Man, I sit and watch tape, and so I understand what's on the West. It's a lot of well-coached teams, regardless of what happened in the past, Nobody knows what anybody has now, and we're not going to assume anything different. But I will say we are ahead of where we normally start in year ones. We're further ahead. How much ahead, Coach, is going to determine how we play and how we get together when we start playing consecutively. But certainly way away night and day from what we took over in 2008. And even so, what we took over in Valdosta in 2022. People don't understand how bad that roster was that we had to get together. So I think our coaches did a good job in recruiting and getting some pieces to the puzzle. But how far we go depends on how fast we gel, like Mr. Campbell said. And that's been the challenge every day.
Well, I know you won in Colorado Mesa. You took over just an average program, and you ended up winning there. You went to Valdosta, even though that was a championship program, they had lost a whole bunch, when you walked in there. And then now at Prairie View, you brought in 70 coaches. So when someone questioned you about, or the Prairie View people, and I'm talking to them about what kind of coach you are, you're just gonna have to sit back and look. Let's talk about your staff. At least one thing you can sleep at night about who you got around you.
Yeah.
And most of those guys have worked with you. If you could throw a couple names out or
Brandon Anderson has been my defensive coordinator every year I've been a head coach.
Is that the guy that was following me around the whole goddamn spring?
Yeah, you know why, Coach? He's heard so many Johnnie Cole stories until he just wanted to hear for himself.
Look, man, he wanted to strike up about the offense and the defense. Man, look, I'm done. He's trying to corner me up with, well, how would you attack this and we do this? I'm like, are you serious?
Coach, he's a football junkie.
I like him, Coach. I like him.
He's a football junkie. He was my GA at Sioux Falls when I was there. And then when I got promoted to DC, he became my linebacker coach. And I always told him, man, if I ever get a head coaching job, I'm going to make you the defense coordinator because you all football. That's all he want to do. And, he's gotten married and got a son now. And so he's not as much football all the time. But when we in it, we in it. And so Trent Early, obviously, he played for you at Texas Southern and played for us. And so he's been with me since I've been a head coach. So those two guys, along with our tight end coach, Jackson Hadley, who is our special teams coordinator, those three guys have been with me ever since I've been in this chair. And so they've seen the ups, the downs, that we've been through COVID together. It's been a deal. And then the guys that we got now, man, with Chris Buckner as the offensive coordinator, Bryce Carlson was with me, our offensive line coach and run game coordinator. He was with me at Valdosta. Coach, we had 41 rushing touchdowns. I had never seen that. I mean, that dude, I thought he came in. We couldn't run the ball from my face to this screen the year before he got there. And, man, we ended up having a really good run game. And so I'm just blessed. Darren Garrigan was at Texas Southern. When they got let go, I hired him to Valdosta, brought him back to Houston. Jacoby Walker was a kid that we recruited, a man that we recruited to Texas Southern when we was there from Westfield, played quarterback. He didn't come to us. And so he coaches our receivers now. He's the OC at SOC. I said, hey, man, I'm not going – I've recruited you twice. I'm not going to beg you a third time. If you say no, you'll never hear from me again in your life. And so he came to coach the receivers. Cliff Fed is a guy that was coaching high school football at Griffin, Georgia. Has coached a lot of players, coached Will Anderson in high school, and just a well-connected guy. And I thought he could really, not only is he a great coach, great mentor, because he's so connected in this transfer world, man. You got to have guys that are connected and know where the players are. The game is won in recruiting. That ain't changed. We like to say we like to win our games in February. And so he was really connected. We were able to hire him. And so those are some names. Coach Oswega, a D-line coach. And, I don't really let nobody coach the D-line, man. I'm a D-line guy. So for me, the hands-off on the D-line was a big deal. And here's what I love about our staff. Hired Darryl Colbert as the chief of staff. Everybody knows Darryl Colbert, and he know everybody. And so we've been able to really get a lot done in the community because of that. But what I love about our staff is I'm able to do things like this and know that the football ain't dropping off. Monday is our off day, but those guys are in the office right now, getting some work done for tomorrow morning's practice, so we can hit the ground running. And I've had to do a lot of these deals. I went and met with the SGA the other day, just trying to connect a lot of pieces that have been disconnected over time. And because of how good our staff is, we've been able to not miss a beat with mentoring our players, or making sure the football stays the football. So it definitely, I believe I got the best staff in the country. You were able to see them coach a little bit, and I know you would have told me if somebody couldn't get it done. So when you walked away and you said you got a good staff, I kind of felt good because I knew we had picked the right people.
Coach Cole,
it's so fun.
I just wanted to do a little housekeeping right quick, Coach Cole.
Go ahead.
Guys, we're switching off the off-script channel, and we'll finish this interview up on the Rocky Miller channel. You can go ahead and switch now. I have put the link in the chat so you guys can switch over. You guys can go ahead and do it now. Go ahead, resume, Coach Cole.
Yeah, I was just saying, man, it's so, when I hear you still take Mondays off to give you Sunday all day Monday and then come back and practice on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. You ain't dropped off none, have you?
No, man, it worked.
My name is James Jr., and I won $500 on the lunch money from the Keeping Up with the Joneses Bracket Challenge.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.